Welcome to KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio and the Southern California Business Report, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them, with Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker. And now, here's Daryl and Yvette.
Thank you for joining the Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV with Yvette Walker and myself, Daryl McCance. We are live blasting our signal from the center of Southern California, the Inland Empire, Orange County, and the greater Los Angeles area to our west, the Desert Empire to our east, all the way through Riverside, Temecula Valley, all the way to San Diego to the south, and our beautiful local mountain communities all the way through Upper Desert to State Line. Get us crystal clear live worldwide by going on Google Play or Apple App Store and downloading the free KMET smartphone app today. We focus each week on successful businesses in Southern California and the people behind them, serving a local population of nearly 25 million, from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations in all sectors of our economy. Today's show focuses on the business and secrets of Southern California's food and beverage sector. We have a little surprise, and this little beauty focuses on fresh, unique, and I don't want to give anything away. Yvette will be giving those secrets away here momentarily. Food provider, and I won't say any more than that. Before we begin, a special thank you to our team, Mitch, Bill, and Sean at the station, and our amazing advisory group from UCI School of Business, Bill Morris, Jay Kaplan. Catch his show every Friday at 3 p.m. Camelia Rubio, Diana Cavala, and James Carvin. Special thanks to last week's guest, Jeffrey Burham, an amazing developer throughout Southern California. In addition, the owner of the Ontario Fury, an amazing soccer team, and lots of exciting things happening there. And it's it's available. So Yvette will talk briefly on how you can download that anytime, and you're going to want to get that. That was last week. And as customary, Yvette Walker will introduce this week's guest. Yvette, the microphone is all yours.
Thank you so much. It is so exciting. I'm so happy. Really, I'm over the moon to be introducing Mr. Adam Salgado. Adam Salgado serves as Chief Marketing Officer for Cardenas Markets. In his role, he oversees the day-to-day operations of the company's marketing, communications, and customer service departments, in addition to advancing Cardenas Markets' e-commerce initiatives. Adam joined Cardenas Markets in 2018 with a proven track record of promoting multiculturalism and diversity among marketing initiatives. His marketing career started in advertising at Leo Burnett Starcom, working on Kellogg's and McDonald's. He transitioned to McDonald's, where he started in the Puerto Rico market. Throughout the course of his 19-year tenure with McDonald's, he held various marketing positions at McDonald's in New York, Latin America, Houston, and Chicago. He is a graduate of the University of Notre Dame, where he received a degree in marketing and holds an MBA from Fordham University in New York City. Adam also serves as president for the Cardenas Markets Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us today, Adam. We are so excited to hear all about your background and what it is, how you work with Cardenas Markets. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Yvette and Daryl, and obviously all the listeners for this next hour that we're going to be chatting. So thanks for having us.
Perfect.
Thank you. And as we talked, before we jump into the present and the future, we want you to really embellish on what Yvette Walker just mentioned. Let's go down. You got some amazing establishments that you've had a chance to enjoy, from Notre Dame to McDonald's and so forth. So take us down memory lane. How did you determine that you wanted to go into this business? And give us some of the details and some of the little secrets that you've discovered along the way.
Absolutely. So again, thanks for the opportunity to chatting with you. And as Yvette read a little bit of the bio, one of the things that's not in there is that I'm originally from Cuernavaca, Mexico, which is a city south of Mexico City, about an hour and a half south. And that's where I grew up. That's where home is. And after I graduated high school, I decided to find similar weather in Indiana. No. So first time I saw snow and lived through snow, but that's really when my whole journey of learning experiences and different cultures through different people that I met throughout my tenure there at school. That's when that started. Marketing was always something I wanted to pursue. My dad had an HR role in Chisboro Ponds in Mexico. So he always introduced me to colleagues that he had, et cetera. And marketing was always something that fascinated me when I spoke to them. So once I graduated, I started with Leo Burnett in Chicago. And I was hired a little bit as an experiment in the sense that they were looking for international students that were educated in the States, obviously. They would train us in their headquarters in Chicago. This is when I was working on the Kellogg's business. And after about a year, we would go to our home country and be the future of the agency. So after a year in Chicago, I moved to Mexico City. My client there became McDonald's. And after about a year, my client said, "Hey, I have an opening for you if you want to jump ship from the agency and come join the client side. And I have an opening in Puerto Rico. Are you interested?" And, it was a hard decision, 23 years old, single, Caribbean island. So I said yes. And that's when the whole transition to McDonald's started. And again, I was in Puerto Rico, then New York, then Chicago, Houston, and then back in Chicago, where I was most of the last 10 years before coming here. And again, always in the marketing side. Every single market had a great learning experiences with different people, with franchisees, different agencies. But the customer was the consistent factor there, right? Always trying to strive for that customer piece. When I had the opportunity, I was presented with the opportunity to come to Cardenas in California. It met two filters that I was pursuing, right? One was the family side. We have family in San Diego, so this was bringing us close to family. But second, it really gave me an opportunity to come back to working primarily with a customer base that's who I grew up with, who I am, right? So it was a fantastic opportunity to bring the Hispanic biculturalism and bilingualism that I was able to adhere throughout my years, bringing it to Cardenas. So it was a no-brainer, a great opportunity, and a great experience. I did not have the grocery background like most of our colleagues do. But at the end of the day, the Hispanic customer has its own nuances that I definitely understood, and I knew I could be impactful and helpful. So that's a little bit of a nutshell of how I got to where I'm at right now.
That is amazing. That's wonderful. And you make it sound so easy, but the reality is the marketing field is very dynamic and there's always, changes and something happening. So could you please share with us, first of all, I'm very excited that we're here today as we look forward to Cinco de Mayo tomorrow, and talk about what I view as, an American dream come true in the business field here. So can you please share with us a little bit about the history of Cardenas Markets, where it came from, where it's been, and where you see it moving forward?
Absolutely. And I think the Cardenas Market story really embodies that whole American dream, right? And it started with the founders, which was Jesus Cardenas, who moved from Jalisco, Mexico, shy of his 20-year birthday. And like most folks that come to the U.S. as their first journey, if you will, into the U.S., he started working in the fields and he picked lettuce and other produce on a farm. Eventually, him and his wife opened up a hog farm, and eventually went into the retail space and began operation of a traditional carniceria. Right, so they had homemade chorizo, sausage, Mexican cheeses, and other authentic pieces. And that was 40 years ago when Cardenas Markets was first founded in Ontario, California. Since then, to the whole portfolio, if you will, of Cardenas Markets, we've joined. Mi Pueblo joined the family, or joined the company. They're in Northern California, and we also partnered with Los Altos Ranch Markets in Arizona. So today we are a 59-store grocery, Hispanic grocer in Northern and Southern California, Nevada, and Arizona. And, that small journey over 40 years ago is today over $1 billion business.
That's incredible and very inspiring.
Now, you mentioned the original location in Ontario. Share with our listeners the locations of Cardenas Markets now, and then whatever else you want to share, because I've been walking in and out of them. The amazing, authentic. Every time I walk in one of the markets, that they get more and more. They become more amazing every time I walk in. It's like, how do they continue to? The brand new market is a perfect representation of 2021. You walk in one that was built in, the 80s. It perfectly embodies the 1980s. It's just, they're classic. They just keep that authentic flavor to them. So you want to share a little bit about where the growth has been and where they're at, where they're. We'll talk a little bit about where they're going, but talk about the past for a minute.
Yeah. So the reason why there's so much consistency, right, is because you cannot change culture, right? And when culture is rooted in authenticity, and the role that we have from a Cardenas standpoint is that merge or that convergence between community and culture. It's hard to stray away from it. Whether you opened the store in the 70s or just last month, that rooted culture does not change, right? The decor package changes, the offerings perhaps from a grocery item change a little bit, but the recipes of how carnitas are made are still the authentic way in the full caso. The grilled chicken that we do in our cocina, the bakery recipes we have, and I'll challenge the listeners to compare with others, but we probably have the best conchas in the bakery section as well as the bolillos. A little secret for you here, we sell 100 million bolillos a year.
Oh my goodness.
And for those of you that don't know what a bolillo is, it's kind of like a Mexican version of a French roll. So again, it's the continuity of tradition is just updated every single day with what surrounds us, right? But we are located, as you mentioned, Daryl, here obviously in the Inland Empire, where the whole operation started. We also are in Northern California. In the Southern California space, we go all the way to Calexico. That's about as south as we get. But we're also in Las Vegas, in Phoenix, and in Tucson. So that's where our 59 locations are, and obviously the growth depends on where the customers want us to go. I already heard a request off the air for a location closer to Yvette,
yes.
which will definitely entertain.
I need my agua fresca, the horchata, the Jamaica, all the wonderful, fresh, authentic offerings that I grew up with.
Right.
It's just, it makes it feel like home, and I would love to have one more close to me, but that's just my little selfish request.
We'll see what we can do with that.
Okay, wonderful. And earlier you talked about nuances within the Hispanic market. Can you talk a little bit more about what those nuances look like?
Yeah, so what's interesting is there are many companies out there that are trying to tap into the Hispanic opportunity. And some succeed, some not so much. But I think everyone tries to approach it with a one broad paintbrush, right? And I think the nuances are that one size just doesn't fit all, because there's so many different variations from backgrounds, similar but culturally different, right? So even within Mexico, different regionalities have different taste palettes. A recipe for pozole is probably different in the center of Mexico versus the north. One is probably more with a greenish broth, one is more with a reddish broth. And then as you start thinking of beyond Mexico, the rest of our Hispanic customers, the Cuban American customer is very different than the one in the Central American countries. Primarily for us, it's Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, which are, again, very key influencers in our northern market. So again, we have nuances because we're not all the same. And I think some people generalize, and everyone has a unique flavor profile and one specific products and ingredients that, again, we try and offer as much as we can.
Yeah, I mentioned yesterday that, walking into the market for the first time, for me in particular, decades ago, and I was shocked. I had no idea what I was in for. So for those that are listening, we are here with Mr. Adam Salgado, president of the Cardenas Foundation?
Yeah, the Cardenas Markets Foundation is our 501c nonprofit organization, of which I have the privilege of being the president of. Yes.
Wonderful. And we're talking about Cardenas Markets, 59 locations for those that just tuned in. And for those that have never had the pleasure of walking into one of these amazing establishments, let's pretend like they've never walked in. Let them know what they're in for, because I was shocked. I had no idea what I was in for. And a little bit of the, you've already kind of talked a little bit about the some of the product offerings, but just oftentimes the format of the stores, kind of the more common formats. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I can think of 3 or 4 things that come into my head right now that are, wow, I didn't expect that. Wow, I didn't expect that. Just really a unique market. So with that, I'll let you, you're going to be able to describe it better than I could.
Okay, listener. So imagine this, right? You walk into a location and the first thing you hear is upbeat, traditional Latin music. So as you walk in, it's a party already. You look around and there's colors galore, every single bright color you can imagine. And then you get hit with fantastic smells from the bakery, from the tortilleria, and the cocina. So all that mixed together creates that starting point for a shopping experience that's like no other. From a produce standpoint, a colorful produce department with items from the U.S. and obviously Latin America. What do our customers look for quite a bit? Onions, jalapenos, avocados, cilantro. So the typical staples from a pantry that's Latin, right? Roma tomatoes as well. So that's the bright produce department. Then you go to a full service meat department, very traditional, but very much what our customers are looking for. They still want to talk to the butcher. They still want to ask for certain cuts. And we have fresh beef, fresh pork, fresh chicken, and a fantastic array of seafood items. Then, as I mentioned earlier, you have the cocina. So the traditional carnitas, the grilled chicken. We have tacos, and yes, we are on the bandwagon as well. Taco Tuesdays, tacos for $1. So, Daryl, if it wasn't a Tuesday when you visited, I invite you to come back on a Tuesday and try our fantastic array of tacos.
Today's a Tuesday.
Today's a Tuesday. So after this,
Tuesday.
I know where we're going, right?
Yes, yes.
We can let everybody know every Tuesday.
right, exactly. I think I just thought of a sponsorship opportunity. Anyway,
right.
Moving on. And then the tortilleria, which is we make our tortillas fresh in store, and we follow the nixtamal process, which is a very ancient Aztec method of soaking the corn. Once it's ready, then you grind it. So it's quite the process. It's not just I hate to say it, but a certain brand of dough, and then you make tortilla. No, we make everything from scratch for our corn tortillas. And then the bakery, as I shared. So the smells of the bakery offer specialty pastries, desserts, cakes that are decorated beautifully. And again, it just gives off that fantastic smell. So did I capture what you experienced, Daryl?
No, I think you painted a beautiful picture. It's if someone can imagine going into somewhere in Mexico or South America, and you walk in this just beautiful, beautiful market. As you said, it's upbeat. It would remind you of walking into a beautiful hotel, somewhere in Mexico or South America, where everybody's upbeat. As you said, the music's playing. It's beautifully decorated, and just as importantly, when I've had an opportunity to try some of the baked goods, wow, it feels so authentic, and it's like I've never had this before. And it just is amazing, and then we would go in to enjoy, I would kind of try different things, whether it's a taco or burrito, the different thing. And it would come out and it would be just like, it would be a very, you just get the feeling like you just got an airplane and you flew down to Mexico or, Mexico City or South America, some beautiful area. And you walked into a beautiful little market. and everything is just done first class, and so I think it's just an amazing representation. Now, you having so much experience and having that international background, uh, did you get the same feeling when you first walked into the market that, wow, I feel like I'm in a different part of the world?
So one of the beauties of this role and coming to work for Cardenas was that I finally found that traditional, authentic, and fresh grocery experience that I was looking for as a Mexican national outside of Mexico, right? So
Right.
even when I lived in Puerto Rico, I craved tortillas. They were not so good in Puerto Rico. Sorry for the Puerto Rican listeners, but you just don't make good tortillas, authentic Mexican. In New York, which I had the privilege of meeting my wife in, she's also from Mexico. We didn't necessarily find always authentic products. We had to go to Queens and get Little Puebla to find the products there. In Chicago, we had to drive a long distance to get to authentic products that we were looking for. So here, finally, I am working at a place where it is like home, and the authenticity of the products that we have is right on and spot on. So yeah, to answer your question, it's literally, we picked up a grocery store from Mexico and installed it in the areas where we are.
Absolutely. And my background, I grew up with all of that in my background. So some of my favorite staples from Cardenas is your fresh made salsa roja to go with the fresh tortillas that you're making all day long. The cakes there are amazing. We had my daughter's quinceañera cake made there with the fresh fruit and the delicious, cream frosting, just super fresh, super delicious. And I just love it. And I really hope you consider one closer. But yeah, it's one of our favorites for sure.
Yeah, and just speaking of the salsas, we late last year we launched a new line of salsas. There's 13 salsas, ranging from mild all the way to hot. There's a habanero one that's just out of this world that even my 11-year-old loves on some tostadas. So we love the salsas there as well.
Well, we tell all of our guests, we're going to be going to a break here in a minute, but we tell all of our guests, you're in Southern California now, so you can't go anywhere. So pull out the pictures of Puerto Rico and New York and Mexico. You're part of an amazing Southern California success story. We need you, Mr. Adam Salgado, to get real comfortable here in Southern California, because we're gonna keep you here, and we're glad you're enjoying it. I'm sure, is the weather still very familiar here in the Southland to what you're accustomed to?
Absolutely. Cuernavaca actually is considered, it's called the city of eternal spring, because it's very similar weather to San Diego and Southern California as well. So 75-degree average all year round. So
nice. We want you nice and comfortable, because you can go visit other places, but we're gonna keep you here, and we're so glad to have you on.
Thank you,
When
Daryl.
we get back from break, we're going to talk about some of the exciting things that have happened lately, and some of the things that are coming forward, and we're going to dig a little deeper into some of the secrets of this amazing success story here in Southern California, Cardenas Market. And again, we're here with Mr. Adam Salgado, president of the Cardenas Foundation, and also involved in the marketing and advertising of this beautiful success story. So we will be back shortly, and we will talk more about that. So did you want to say anything before we go to break, Yvette? We're just about there.
No, I'm just dreaming of an agua fresca. So I will dream of my agua fresca throughout the break, and look forward to hearing more about Cardenas Markets from Chief Marketing Officer, Mr. Adam Salgado.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking more about those baked goods.
Perfect.
We're going to be talking more about now I call it the restaurant inside of the market. And the proper term, tell me again.
Cocina. Basically,
Cocina.
Kitchen in Spanish, yes.
Kitchen in Spanish, okay.
Yeah.
And I already apologized to Yvette and Adam that my Spanish is non-existent, and so you guys are very nice to. And by the way, as a English only speaker, when I've walked in Cardenas, and I've been in there many times, I have been treated so well on every occasion, and it's neat because it's so authentic that there's you hear all different languages spoken, and it's just such a great representation of Mexico and South America and all the flavors. But as you said, that hospitality, you walk in and it's just nothing but smiles and helpful people, and the environment you've created for customers, especially myself, because I was kind of uncomfortable. If I walk into a German market, or I walk into a Persian market, or where I kind of feel like I don't speak the language, I don't really know, but I know I love the food. Just the thought of Mexican food just gets me hungry just thinking about it. And I'll be taking you up on your Taco Tuesday. But we will be right back after break again with Adam Salgado, and he is the president of Cardenas Foundation, and he's sharing with us the story of Cardenas Markets. We'll be right back.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa. Hello, listeners. This is Christopher from The Christopher Show. Hey, if you missed one of our shows here at KMET, don't worry about it. You can go to our webpage, and that's KMET1490am.com. Go to the homepage, click on the SoundCloud tab, and hear any show anytime you want.
Join Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker each Tuesday at 4 p.m. on ABC News Radio, KMET, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show highlights successful businesses and individuals behind them. Daryl and Yvette interview the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on KMET AM, FM, and Internet KMET TV.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining the Southern California Business Report. Today we're focused on Cardenas Market, and we have with us Mr. Adam Salgado, and he has two roles. One is Chief Marketing Officer. Couldn't get that rolled off very well. And also the president of the Cardenas Foundation. Then before we went to break, we were talking and getting a little depth so that somebody that has not yet had the pleasure of walking into one of the Cardenas markets, you get caught off guard because you have a beautiful bakery, you have a beautiful restaurant, and again, give me the Spanish for restaurant.
Cocina, which essentially means kitchen in Spanish, yeah.
Okay, in the cocina. And then in addition to that, a traditional market with the beautiful produce, the amazing meat department, all the flavors of Mexico and South America. And meanwhile, the stores are beautifully decorated. They hire very friendly and helpful people. And it's just it's an amazing success story here in Southern California. And we were going to just kind of dig a little deeper before we move on. Yvette got me a little bit hungry again, talking about the bakery. Anything else about the bakery that you noticed that you want to share with the listeners before we move on? Because each of those three major sections of the store are just people are going to be really caught off guard when they go experience it for themselves.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I think one of the things we shared earlier, if anyone missed it, I challenge everyone to try and find a better concha, which is a very beautifully decorated sweet bread, or a bolillo, right, which is like a Mexican French roll. An interesting tidbit about the bolillos is that we make them fresh every 30 minutes. And on a yearly basis, we sell over 100 million bolillos.
Oh my God.
So that's a lot of bolillos. And a bolillo is perfect for a torta, or just dipping it into any caldo or soup, or as a side to pretty much anything. So check them out. Try them out.
Yeah, I use them for sandwiches. They're perfect for sandwiches.
Okay, and then one last, let's paint a picture of the restaurants that are often inside the markets. Let's give a little description of what folks can expect when they walk in and enjoy that for the first time.
Yeah, so there's two counters, if you will, in the cocina area, and one is a full-on taqueria. And today, Tuesday, tacos are $1 on Taco Tuesday, but there's a great array of proteins that can go in the taco: chicken, carnitas, carne asada. Some people like lengua, which is tongue, or other proteins to fill in the tacos, but they're just phenomenal. Topped with some great salsas that we sell in store. So that's one area, the taco area. And then on the other side, you can also order by the pound. So you can order carnitas, you can order chicharrón, you can order tripas, you can order chicken, and take it home or eat it. Right now, some locations have restrictions on indoor dining, but again, a lot of great, authentic tasting products that we offer.
Right. So basically, all of the good stuff we can only find at Cardenas Markets, right? Because you can't find lengua or tripas or tripitas anywhere else, right?
Not like ours.
Not like ours. No. Right. Of course.
Yeah. So, and you can also get tortas and burritos and quesadillas at the cocina. So it is literally a full-on restaurant that's available for everybody.
Yes. And so in addition to your authenticity, your freshness, and, your adherence to that cultural center that you advance, you also are very engaged in the community. And I know right now you have a couple of programs that you are working with the community. And one of them is the Loteria. The other is the Mother's Day sweepstakes. So can you talk a little bit about each of those programs and what they were developed to do, and what, just tell us about them, because they sound like a lot of fun.
Right. So obviously the main role of a grocery is providing goods in a healthy and clean environment for customers, right? But in order to make it exciting, earlier I talked about the music and the ambiance that we create. You also have to have some promotional energy throughout the year, peppered around throughout the year, right? So right now we are doing the first ever company-wide Loteria program. For those of you that don't know Loteria is essentially Mexican bingo, right? So it's a cardboard, and it's a game card, and you fill in the squares, right? So right now we have a promotion in which customers can purchase participating items, so sponsor brands that have participated with us, and they get a scratcher code. On the scratcher, they can win an item instantly. So anywhere from a free taco, which would be very convenient, right, today, or a free beverage, or some items that, again, our lovely sponsors have helped us procure. Another option is getting a chance to go online, register for a chance to win mid-tier prizes. Mid-tier prizes can be anywhere from a TV to, we actually have basketball hoops, ping pong tables, a grill, so stuff like that are considered mid-tier prizes. And the big prize, there's two big prizes. One is a car. We're giving away a Volkswagen Atlas, and also two prizes that are groceries for a year, so valued over $5,000.
Oh my!
The unique thing about this program is that every single game scratcher, whether you win an instant prize or not, there's a code on there that you can register online for a chance to win these mid-tier prizes. So everyone really has a second chance to participate in this initiative. So it's over $750,000 in prizes that we're giving out. And to your point about involvement in the community, this is just one more way of giving a little bit back to the community and making it fun in a playful environment. So that's the Loteria initiative. And then for Mother's Day, which is coming up this weekend, we have the advantage of celebrating two. So you have the U.S. Mother's Day on Sunday, which is the second Sunday of the month, and on May 10th, regardless of what day it falls in the week, it's Mexican Mother's Day, as well as other Central American and South American countries. So we actually have two opportunities to pamper mom on Sunday and on Monday. And we have a couple initiatives going on there. We have a sweepstakes in which customers can go online, again, register for a chance to win some knife sets and a $200 gift card. We also have a promotion with a discounted gift card for mom that you can purchase. And then we also have, speaking of the cocina, Daryl, which I know you're very fond of and excited about, we have a special deal because nothing says, I love you, mom, like 2 pounds of carnitas, rice, beans, salsa, tortillas, and a free flan on the side. So we have that meal deal going on for Mother's Day as well. So again, a lot of great promotions throughout the year just to keep it exciting. And our main logo, our brand, our brand campaign is always fresh, always authentic. We've added the always fun as well. So we want to make sure that people feel having fun at our locations.
I like that. Always
Beautiful.
fresh.
Always
What was
authentic.
the next one?
That's our slogan. Yes.
Always fun.
Siempre fresco, siempre auténtico, Daryl. We'll work on that one next time.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I'm gonna go into that beautiful restaurant, and every time I leave, I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 words perfected.
Yeah, nice.
By this time next year, I'll be fluent.
Nice.
That is really that's over the top. So we talked about the 59 locations, which I'm in shock when you said 59 locations, and the amount of product coming out of the bakery is staggering. And now in Southern California, we have 10 counties. Yvette Walker and I are excited that we're approaching the 25 million mark. I mentioned one of our technical people, James Carvin. I talked to him yesterday, and his son is traveling to Mexico all the time. And when we discussed you coming on the show today, his son lives in West LA, and he's all excited about getting into your market. So let's kind of dig down a little deeper, and as we talk about going west and south and east and north here within Southern California, kind of give us kind of a layout a little bit of where the stores are, and now we can talk about some secrets. You can let us know about your recent openings, because when you walk in these brand new stores, I mean, they are just classic, absolutely classic. You think you're, on what they call it, Main Street Disneyland. I mean, it's just no expense has been spared. They're gorgeous. Right. And the original stores are gorgeous. They're so authentic. But kind of paint a picture. Let's dig a little deeper here in Southern California and kind of let people know so that they can travel. For those that have not been to one of the Cardenas markets, they're going to be in for a treat. So let's talk a little bit about their locations. Yeah, so we are in the Southern California area. We're primarily in what's considered the Inland Empire, right? So we're in Riverside County, San Bernardino County. We're in Imperial County and LA County as well, in the areas of Pomona. Our most recent location was Montclair that we opened. And that's a great example of the potential continued growth we have here. As part of our strategic analysis, if you will, of where will we continue to grow. First of all, it starts with continue to harness and grow where you started, right? We still think there's a lot of opportunity, ripe opportunity around where we currently operate, which obviously is part of our exploration. We also believe that due to what happened last year and COVID, et cetera, that there's probably going to be some locations that become available, and it's perfect for what our customers are looking for. So again, we're always exploring, trying to find the best locations for our customers,
and making sure that again that authentic and consistently fresh experience is always delivered.
Well, we love it because this is an example. We've had many things go from west to east in Southern California. And this is a little secret on the east side that's moving west. I love it. I love it. Moving into LA County and those wonderful communities in Los Angeles County, Cardenas Markets coming your way. They're inching towards you. They started from the east and they're moving west. They're moving south. As you mentioned, they're in Tucson. They're in Phoenix. They're in Las Vegas. And, I think it's just Yvette Walker and I, we feel that Southern California is one beautiful area. And we have little neighborhoods. We have the San Diego neighborhood, the Orange County neighborhood, and San Gabriel Valley, and the West Side, and the Valley, and Santa Barbara. And it's really neat how people oftentimes wake up in one area, go to work in another area, go visit a friend in another neighborhood, and then go see family in another neighborhood all in the course of one day. So, but for those that are hearing us, this is broadcast obviously worldwide, crystal clear as people download on their phones and their devices, computers and pads and so forth. Obviously, we're in the car. The car is king, by the way. The car is king. Here in Southern California, people oftentimes are on an hour, 15-minute commute each way to work. Now we know a little secret. They can pull off the freeway, go into a Cardenas Market, unwind, enjoy the bakery, and they're going to come home with a big smile on their face, and everybody's going to wonder why. And they're going to be able to say they went into a Cardenas Market today. And everybody that's been into the market, look forward to going back. And those who are listening that have not been in the Cardenas Market, you're in for a real surprise. These are beautiful, beautiful, authentic, and fresh, as you said, and a lot of fun. So look forward to that.
Thank you, Daryl.
Now, going forward, so we don't run out of time before we get some of those secrets, tell us what's coming up on the horizon with Cardenas Market or the Cardenas Foundation, either of those two.
Yeah, so we talked about the promotional energy that we need to give back and offer to our customers. So one of the most important timeframes of the year for Cardenas is the fall and primarily the holiday season. There are so many holidays that Hispanics celebrate. Pretty much the kickoff is a little before Thanksgiving. And our stores are just so festive. You think you had an experience recently going into one of those? Wait until you go into the holiday season and go into there. There's tamales displays everywhere. There's masa. We sell so much masa. I can't even tell you the amount of masa. I have the bolillo number in my fingertips. The masa is one that I'm going to share next time we chat.
Wow.
But again, all the different holidays. December 12th for La Virgen de Guadalupe, the amount of flowers and candles that are available for customers, leading into obviously Christmas, New Year's, Reyes, which is January 6th, and then from there, I don't know if you're aware, Daryl, but there's a kind of like a king cake that has a little baby Jesus inside it. If you find the baby Jesus, you have to sponsor a tamal party on February 2nd, Dia de la Candelaria. So our holiday season really starts right before Thanksgiving and goes all the way to February 2nd. So that's really some exciting stuff that's coming up. We do a lot of things for customers and try to, again, keep that upbeat energy at the stores throughout that season. It's really magical without sounding cheesy.
Yep.
No, it really is.
Again, we are here with Mr. Adam Salgado, the Chief Marketing Officer for Cardenas Market. In addition, he serves as president of the Cardenas Foundation. We are thrilled to have him on today's show. This is truly a secret. And we are, Yvette Walker was so excited yesterday as we were talking about having you on today that I kept getting hungry. I kept saying, I gotta go get something to eat. I'm getting hungry talking about this. Another
now we know.
amazing
Taco
success
Tuesday.
Yep.
Tuesday, right.
Yep, Taco Tuesday. So, so go ahead, Yvette, and try to pull another secret out of Mr. Adam Salgado.
I will do that. So I know that the Cardenas Market Foundation is very involved in the community with supporting various educational initiatives, as well as giving out sponsorships for local students to pursue their educational dreams and goals. Can you talk a little bit more about what your focus is, what you've done, and where you're looking to take the foundation as you look to further serve the community in, a nonprofit way, but not only serve them in the way that you do now with amazing food, fresh offerings, authenticity, and a beautiful environment to do it, but also really giving people the financial means and support to pursue their educational goals and dreams.
Yeah, no, and that's great. And thanks for teeing it up and giving me the chance to talk a little bit about the foundation. As I shared earlier, marketing is the day job. The foundation is the fun part, right? So there's 4 areas in which the foundation really is trying to support the community. There's so much need out there, especially with Hispanics and those in need. So there's 4 areas that we thought we could probably be more impactful than trying to just blanket approach everything. Education is one of our primary ones. We are in our 2nd year of a scholarship per store campaign. So $120,000 essentially that we give out on a yearly basis with scholarships for students going into college or staying in college. We know that getting to college is a challenge for Hispanic students. Staying is an even bigger challenge. So we know that the support that we can get it's not going to solve it, but it's a drop in the bucket to be able to help shape that. We also have other opportunities in the education realm, and I believe that you're familiar with what we've done with Laverne University, medical school there. That's another great piece that we're so proud of being able to get involved with local institutions close to the locations in which we do business. So that's the education area. We also have initiatives around health, children well-being, and hunger relief. So right now, scholarship program is under wraps. We just identified all the winners or the applicants that will be awarded a scholarship. We'll be communicating that shortly, and then we'll start getting ready for planning for next year. But no, it's very humbling to be able to participate in such a fantastic cause and be able to give back in the community a little bit, but it's something, right? So we're very proud of what we're able to do.
Yeah, well, if everybody matched what you guys are doing there, we would have no issues at all. So you guys have taken on a leadership position. Yvette Walker and myself, we can't thank you enough. It's it's making a huge difference. Just and since you are the chief marketing officer for Cardenas Market, in your area that you described, where you started in, it has the 3rd largest population of millennials in the entire United States. So for those population to be able to really enjoy the authentic taste, the freshness, you know better than I that this is the real deal, and to keep that alive and available. And as you move west, we're going to have some folks from Santa Barbara all the way to your main office thanking you. So every time you guys open up a location, and we broadcast, we have the opportunity to broadcast live at no charge, Lakers, Clippers, Angels, and Rams. So we obviously ABC News and Talk, that's our big format, but we sprinkle in some amazing little sports in there. So I say that because as individuals are getting ready to go enjoy one of your favorite sporting events, slide right on into Cardenas Market, grab yourself something delicious, and make that a part of the routine. As you're enjoying some of these amazing venues, and we're seeing everything come back every day. Things are getting bigger and bigger, and all the different venues, sports, music, etc. So I would incorporate that because, as you said, when you walk in these Cardenas Markets, it's just such a festive environment. You feel like, wow, did somebody just teleport me down to Cancun, or somebody just teleport me to Mexico City, and it's amazing. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
And there's great things, Daryl, that are prime for tailgating. So big trays of rice, beans, carnitas, burritos. We sell a lot of liquor and beer too, for those of you that opt in like that for tailgating. So great plug-in for sure.
Oh yeah, that's some of my. I'm. It's interesting when it comes to the topic of beer. It's the only ones that I really have a real appreciation for actually are beers from Mexico that I don't know what it is about them, but I just say this is absolutely delicious. They've really figured that out. And so no, that's good to know, because I didn't realize that they had the full. Now, do they have the full offerings within the liquor department?
Yeah. We like any other grocery store. We have all the array and all the brands you can imagine. For
now would somebody be able to find a bottle of tequila in there if they search real high and low?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Don Julio 1942 is available at Cardenas Markets.
Very nice.
Now we're talking. So, okay, Yvette, I want you to grab another secret out of them as we go. Now we're talking about the future of Cardenas Market. Let's see if we can get another secret out of Mr. Salgado. The Chief Marketing Officer also serves as the president of the Cardenas Market Foundation. As you look into your crystal ball, is there anything you can share with our listeners of anything upcoming? Any stores that are on the radar that you're allowed to talk about that either just opened or you're looking to open? What's the newest market?
So I'll throw something a little bit different at you, Daryl.
Okay.
There's a misconception that Hispanic customers do not partake in e-commerce, right? So digital purchases.
Okay.
We launched in December our e-commerce business with Instacart. We are available on Instacart for all our locations, and the acceptance rate has been tremendous. So that's a little secret bust or a little myth buster I'm sharing with you as my secret, that Hispanics do shop online. Hispanics are on mobile. We shop everywhere. So that's the little secret I'll leave you with.
That is really neat, because everybody has a different style of shopping, and the fact that you're online doesn't surprise me. That the online was launched last December and it's going super successfully.
We're very, very pleased with the results, and you would actually be happy too, because our cocina items are also available through DoorDash and Uber Eats. So,
nice.
If you can't make it to Cardenas, you miss out on the music and the fun environment, but you can have the food delivered to your house.
Love it.
Beautiful.
Love it. Yvette,
Perfect.
take it out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daryl. And thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Salgado. So for everybody listening to us, look for us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Check us out on scbrtalk.com. And don't forget to download the free live streaming app on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Check out our YouTube channel and download our interview with Jeffrey Burham, chairman of National Community Renaissance. In 1991, using his own resources, Mr. Burham co-founded National Community Renaissance in response to the need for affordable housing in San Bernardino County. Next week, we will have guest Justin Kemp, co-founder of Accelerated Sports Academy, and is an experienced sports business professional with over 25 years in team sports, a proven leader with a passion for being a team builder and developing an elite sales and business culture. Dedicated to providing aspiring sport business professionals the tools to launch a successful career in their dream industry, everyone. So please don't miss it. See you next week.
This has been the Southern California Business Report with Daryl McCance and Yvette Walker on KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them. Log on to the show's website and remember to visit the podcast page.